In the dim torchlight of a cold stone room, Gilgamesh kneels beside Enkidu's lifeless body. The flickering flames cast long shadows, mirroring the void in his heart. His hands tremble as he clutches Enkidu's cold fingers, the weight of mortality pressing down on him for the first time. "Must I die too?" he whispers, his voice breaking. The silence that follows is deafening, filled only with the distant echo of his own fear. Storm clouds gather over Uruk as Gilgamesh stands atop the palace walls, his royal robes torn in anguish. Flashbacks of Enkidu's laughter and their adventures haunt him, contrasting sharply with the image of his friend's corpse. The wind howls around him, as if the gods themselves are mocking his despair. "I will find eternal life, even if the gods demand my soul," he roars into the storm, his voice lost in the thunder. Gilgamesh abandons his kingdom, stepping into the vast, unforgiving desert. The cracked earth stretches endlessly before him, the sun beating down mercilessly. A lone vulture circles overhead, a silent reminder of the futility of his quest. His feet bleed, his throat is dry, but his determination burns brighter than the desert sun. "I will not die like Enkidu," he mutters, his eyes fixed on the horizon. In a small tavern by the sea, the warm glow of oil lamps contrasts with the hollow emptiness in Gilgamesh's eyes. Siduri, the tavern keeper, watches him with pity as he drinks deeply, his voice cracking as he speaks of his quest. "Even gods let life end. Why not savor your days?" she says softly, but her words fall on deaf ears. Gilgamesh stares into his cup, seeing only the reflection of his own fear. Deep within a mountain, Gilgamesh crawls through a narrow, pitch-black tunnel, the sting of scorpion venom burning through his veins. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and his own sweat. "Is death worse than this torment?" he gasps, his body trembling with pain. The glowing tails of scorpions light his way, their eerie glow a cruel mockery of his suffering. Yet he presses on, driven by sheer will. By the misty banks of a river, Utnapishtim, the immortal, places an hourglass before Gilgamesh. "Stay awake for 7 days, and you shall have eternal life," he says. Gilgamesh nods, his eyes heavy with exhaustion, but as the sand falls, so does his resolve. He awakens to Utnapishtim's disappointed gaze. "You couldn't conquer sleep. How could you conquer death?" The words cut deeper than any blade. In a lush garden, Gilgamesh finally finds the plant of rejuvenation, its leaves shimmering with promise. But as he reaches for it, a serpent slithers from the shadows, snatching the plant and disappearing into the black waters. "The gods mock me," he screams, falling to his knees. The ripples in the water mirror the turmoil in his heart as the last hope of immortality slips away. Gilgamesh stands before the towering walls of Uruk, the city he once ruled with pride. But now the bricks seem fragile, the grandeur fleeting. The Euphrates flows silently beside him, reflecting his weary face. "I sought eternity, but lost my friend's last days," he murmurs. The weight of his journey crashes down upon him, leaving only emptiness in its wake. In the quiet of night, Gilgamesh sits by candlelight, his hands carefully inscribing Enkidu's story onto a clay tablet. The flickering flame dances across the cuneiform, each stroke a tribute to his lost friend. "Words outlive flesh. This is my immortality," he whispers. The tablet, though cold and lifeless, carries the warmth of their bond, a legacy etched in stone. As the first light of dawn breaks over Uruk, Gilgamesh watches the sunrise from the city walls. Children's laughter drifts up from the streets below, a sound he once ignored in his pursuit of eternity. A faint smile touches his lips. "To live is to be a ripple, not the river," he murmurs. The golden light washes over him, a quiet acceptance of the beauty in fleeting moments.